Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. I will introduce myself. My name is Pratiwi. I'm from group 5 as the second speaker of my group. And I will continue our material about models, part 1 and part 2 in the chapter 9 and chapter 10. Okay, previously, did you know what is modals? In English, we know the type of auxiliary verb called modals. Generally, it is used to express a speaker's attitude toward a matter of whether it is needed, suggested, allowed, or possible, and etc. And basically, all the modals are always followed by the first auxiliary verbs. Okay, in my material this time, I will discuss our further material on the models. There are material that I will explain one by one in this video. The first of which is about the past form of should. Should is the past tense of the word shall. When using the words should have, you are talking about something in the past that you ought to or might have done. For past formula is should have plus past participle. For the example, I have a test this morning. I didn't do well on the test because I didn't study for it last night. I should have studied last night. In this example, I should have studied. It means that is studying was a good idea, but I didn't do it. So I made mistake. The second example use not or negative form. For the formula is should not have plus past participle. For example, my bag hurts. I should not have carried that heavy box flight of stairs. In this example, I should not have carried. It means that is carried something, but it turned to be a bad idea. I made a mistake. Actually, the past form of ought to is ought to have has the same meaning as the past form of should. Should is used more commonly than ought to, and had better is used more rarely in a past form and usually only in speaking, not writing. Okay, the next material is expectations be supposed to. Be supposed to express the idea that someone like I, we, they, the teacher, lots of people, my father, and etc. something to happen. Let's see in the slide. A. The game is supposed to begin at 10 p.m. B. The committee is supposed to vote by secret ballot. B. Supposed to expresses expectations about scheduled event as in A or create procedures as in B. B supposed to express expectations about behavior. We can see in the example, and be supposed to give the idea that someone else expect, requests, or requires a certain behavior. Be supposed to in the past was or were supposed to unfulfilled expectation as in A. The speaker expected Jack to call, but he didn't. Okay, the next material is making suggestions. Let's, why don't, shall, I, or we. Let's is followed by the example form of a verb. And the meaning of let's in this is I have a suggestion for us. We don't is we used primarily in spoken English to make a friendly suggestion. We can see in the example in C, D, and E. In C, why don't we go a movie? Why don't we go have a meaning is let's go. In D, why don't you come around 7? In example, D have a meaning is I guess that you come around 7. In E, should I give Mary a call? Do you agree with my suggestion? When shall is used with I or we in a question, the speaker is usually making a suggestion and asking another person if she agrees with this suggestion. This use of shall is relatively formal and infrequent. Sometimes shall we is used as a tag question after let as an age. More informally, okay is used as a tag question as in I. Okay, the next material is making suggestions could versus should. Could can be used to make suggestions. We can see in the slide the example A and B are similar in meaning. The speaker is suggesting a picnic. Should gives definite advice. In C, the speakers saying, believe it is important for you to do this. This is what I recommend. In D, the use of maybe softens the strength of the advice. Could could over suggestions or possibilities in E. The speaker is saying, I have some possible suggestion for you. It is possible to do this, or it is possible to do that. Should have gives hindsight advice in F. The speaker is saying it was important for you to talk to the teacher, but you didn't do it. You made a mistake. Could uh, have could have hours hindsight possibilities. In G, the speaker is saying you had the change to do this or that. It was possible for this or that to happen. You missed some good opportunities, and then I will continue our material about models, part 2, chapter 10. And the material is degrees of certainty, present time. Degrees of certainty refers to how sure we are what we think. The changes are that something is true. If we are sure something is true in the present, we don't need to use a model. For example, if I say John is sick, I'm sure I'm stating a fact that I'm sure is true. My degree of certainty is 100%. Mass expresses a strong degree of certainty about a present situation, but the degree of certainty is still less than 100%. In the example A, the speaker is saying probably John is sick. I have evidence to make me believe that he is sick. That he is sick. That is my logical conclusion, but I do not know for certain. May, might, and could expresses a weak degree of certainty. In B, C, and D, the speaker is saying, perhaps, maybe, possibly, John is sick. I'm only making a guess. I can think of other possibilities. B, C, and D have the same meaning. The next material is degree certainty, present time negative. Degrees of certainty or our belief in the truth of something or our certainty of a probability. In the form of negative, we are confident or certain that there is no possibility of a truth, or we are unsure or certainty that something may happen. A 100% certainty level in negative form, we can use a form to be negative like isn't, aren't, to show that we believe a thing is not true or not happening. A certain level of 99% in the negative couldn't and can't be used as a marker that something couldn't happen. A, s- um, a certainty level of 95% in negative form, we feel certain that some things cannot be true or impossible, but we feel there is another possibility, then we can use must not be to express our uncertainty. A 50% certainty rate in negative may not be or might not be used when we want to state that we feel half uncertain, um, or uncertain that something is true or is happening. For the examples, we can see in slide. In A, the speaker is sure that Sam is not hungry. In B, the speaker believes that there is no possibility that Sam is hungry, but the speaker is not 100% sure. When used in the negative to show the degree of certainty, couldn't and can't forcefully express that the idea, uh, that the speaker believes something is impossible. In C, the speaker is expressing a logical conclusion, a best guess. Um, in D, the speaker uses might, may not, or might not to mention a possibility. And the last material about degrees of certainty past time. Let's we see in the slide. There are examples about this. In example A, has a meaning is the speaker is sure. In B, has a meaning that the speaker is making a logical conclusion. For example, saw Mary yesterday and found out that she was sick. I assume that is the reason why she was absent. I can I can't think of another good reason. In C, has a meaning that the speaker is mentioning one possibility. In D, has a meaning that the speaker is sure. In E, has a meaning that the speaker believes that is impossible for some to have been hungry. In D, has a meaning that the speaker is making a logical conclusion. In in E, the speaker is mentioning one possibility. Okay, I think it's enough. I apologize for some mistakes. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.